Hey, thanks for joining me today. So I got a couple of questions in, and two of them are relevant to each other. First one is, how do I know which area is the right area to buy in the town or the city or the area that I'm searching for with my VA loan? A lot of us are not from the towns that we're being stationed in, and we have no idea where to even start. We don't know where the gentrification is going to happen to get a good spike in price from the efforts of the government and investors to improve a property or the neighborhood so that the property value goes up. We also don't know which areas are dangerous or bad. I mean, we can always go to the websites and look up where are the sex offenders, where are the violent crimes happening. So you can use those resources to kind of filter out certain areas, but that still doesn't put us on like what area is good. So that's the interesting part, is that the more and more and more that I've searched online for what areas are like, everybody wants to report on the bad. They always want to report on what's wrong with certain areas because nobody looks behind the curtain. So let me tell you what the curtain looks like so that you can know which curtains to look behind. Any kind of project that has a government grant from the city, the county, the state, the federal government, anything of those sorts is most likely going to see an influx of investment. Now, if the government is investing, that triggers the investors to start looking at those properties in that area. So if you're searching in a town that you're not real familiar on which area you would best like, and you would want to maybe catch the rise of values off of the work that's going to be accomplished by the government and the investors' efforts, you can just grab a piece right there, go get a single family home, a condo, a multi-family home, however you see fit with your VA loan. Live in it for the time that you're stationed there. Don't sell it. Usually those improvements and the price improvements take a decade to take form. But I'll tell you right now that in 2005, I got orders to go to Florida, and I was leaving San Diego. And my wife and I were looking to maybe stay in San Diego because my original orders were to stay in San Diego, but I traded them in to go to Florida because we couldn't find a 3-bedroom house in a good neighborhood. But had I known, I did know that they were putting money into the Balboa Park and the surrounding areas. I could have went and got a 3 or 4 bedroom over there for the same price that I would get a 2 or 3 bedroom condo, and I would have had a detached home in an area that was $200 or $300 per square foot back then. And today it's more like $1,000 to $1,500 per square foot. So you can do the math on that. The miss that was had right then, just for us, not to mention the other, 100,000 sailors that came in and out of San Diego could have, should have done the same in that time frame. But we didn't know. So I'm letting you know right now, look for where is the investment going on. Once you've identified those areas, now you have to go and find the 3 rules, right? What are my 3 rules? One, you must be able to afford this property. I do not want any veteran to go out and buy a property that's going to put them in a financial bind if they don't get tenants, if they don't rent the rooms, so on and so forth. Do not over leverage yourself, because the number one mistake you can make with a VA loan is to walk away from a VA loan. Stop making payments on your VA loan. Short sell your VA loan home. It's much, much better to just stick to the stuff that you can afford. Make sure that it's affordable. Make sure it's not going to put too much strain. And remember that it's not just the price that works into affordability. If you buy a property that's got 5 acres of grass to mow and a pool and a pergola that is made of wood, a wooden deck, a wooden balconies, all of this, like trees that need to be trimmed regularly, like palm trees here in San Diego is a big one. I have to pay $350 to have a guy climb up the tree because it's dangerous work and cut the fronds down. Could I do that myself? Yes, but how many times in doing that? And I'm only doing it once every 6 months myself. This guy does it every day for a living, so he is much less likely to get hurt doing it. I am much more likely to get hurt doing it. So my point is the palm trees, the big yards, the wooden structures outside in the weather, all of those things can affect you in your affordability. So number one rule, you must afford it. Number two rule, never, ever, ever buy real estate that you would not live in. Do not do it. Don't do it. Your tenants are going to be different than you if you break this rule. I want you to do it because these are people that are your people, people that you can relate to. They're not going to come out of left field and you wonder, where in the world did this come from? Why is this so important to this tenant? And now it's costing me time, aggravation, money, so on and so forth. Number three, and this is the biggest one. Number three is the biggest one. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. You must love something about the property. Why do I say you must love something about the property? Because it doesn't matter if you followed rule number one and rule number two, it still doesn't matter. This property is going to bring you pain. There is going to be some pain involved in owning this property. It's going to demand that you do this corrective maintenance. It's going to demand that you do some preventative maintenance. It's going to demand that it's empty for a little while and you didn't expect that, right? All of those things are coming to a head. So rules, three rules, easy 3 rules. Number one, must be able to afford it. Number two, never buy anything that you wouldn't live in. Number three, and most importantly, must love something about the property. The more you love about the property, the more pain you're willing to tolerate in ownership of that property. You push through the pain, no gain. You push through the pain, you get the gain, right? So let's go get that property. Let's go find those areas that the government and the investors are already investing in. Let's find a place that you can afford, that you love something about it, and you would be willing to live in it. So that kind of wraps that up. The next one is what to look for in a property with the intentions of house hacking, right? So this kind of rolls into it. If you're going to overlay house hacking onto which property you're going to find, it's super easy. You get your budget, you identify the neighborhoods that you're interested in, you draw your boundaries around that neighborhood, you put your budget in, and then you sort by bedrooms. Simple. The more bedrooms, the better, right? If you can get a 5-bedroom in that neighborhood and you go to the property and you find that you love something about the property, buy it, right? So at that point, you're just getting more bedrooms, right? And how do you find how much each bedroom is worth? My favorite, number one favorite source, not Pad Split, not homes.com, not Apartment Finder, none of those, right? Roomies.com. That's ROOMIES.com. I'm not an affiliate there, so they don't pay me. But what I will tell you right now is it's super valuable information when you put in the city and the state of where you're looking to buy a property that you're going to house hack. Then you sort by roomies only. You see how many people are looking for a room to rent. You see how much they're willing to pay, and they give you a little bit of a bio on it. It's kind of like Facebook or a dating app, if you will, where they're putting themselves out there. They're saying, hey, I've got a dog, I've got a cat, I've got a kid, I've got a husband, I've got a fiance. They'll tell you the negatives, and then you see if the price is worth it, right? Because I might rent a room to somebody for $1,000 a month, but if there's going to be 2 people, I'm going to need some more money for that, right? So now they have these personal ads out there. You just go on roomies.com, you see how much the rooms are worth. You must read those descriptions of those people's, because I don't want you seeing 5 people offering $1,500 a month, not read the deals and realize that all of them have specific needs, and then the rest of the people are over there at $800 and $900 a month. So if you plan for $1,500 a month and you're only able to get $800 or $900 because those $1,500 a month people are very difficult to live with, if that turns out to be the case, then you, sir, did not follow rule number 1. You can't afford it if you were using the wrong numbers. So be careful out there. Use roomies.com. Go find something that you can afford. Find something that you're willing to live in, and find something that you love something about the property. When all 4 of those things come together, you have now found the right place in the right location and for the right price, with the right number of bedrooms, with the right income on house hacking for you to even enjoy better than afford it. You can actually make money house hacking. Go get it, guys.